Hello students, welcome to classroom teaching. In last session we have seen the uses of concave lens, and in this session we are going to discuss about some applications or uses of convex lens. There are so many applications. The first that we are going to see, it is simple microscope. The simple microscope, it is nothing but, we call it as magnifying lens. So it is nothing but simple microscope. We get 20 times larger image by using this simple microscope. We know, see the diagram, we know if the object is placed between focus and optical center O, then definitely we get erect, enlarge and virtual image of that. So here in this diagram you can easily see the image P dash Q dash we get here, which is virtual, but we can see the object that much enlarged. So by using the convex lens of very small focal length, actually focal length is small means the power of the lens is high. So by using convex lens of small focal length, we can get 20 times larger image of any object. So this is used by watch repairers or for testing the quality of gem or any defect in gem by precious gems. So this is nothing but simple microscope. The next and the second use of this convex lens, it is nothing but compound microscope. Actually the smaller objects we can see with the help of simple microscope, but the minute objects like suppose blood cell or any animal cell or plant cell or any minute living being, that means suppose like amoeba or any type of bacteria, that we cannot see with the help of simple microscope, that means simple lens only, because we cannot get that much magnification by a single lens. So for that we use compound microscope. Compound microscope, it is nothing but two convex lenses, and the combined effect of both these convex lenses, we can get a very enlarged, very big image. I have a very small compound microscope. Look, with the help of this microscope, it also has one eyepiece and here object lens. So these two lenses, they are present in every compound microscope. Depending upon the lenses we are using, we get magnification. So this is a very small microscope that we can use for looking bacteria. So in this way, the compound microscope, how it works then? Let us see. Suppose this is an object, very small object, and this is a object lens. Object lens. Object lens, it has smaller cross section and smaller focal length. Keep in mind, the focal length, if it is small, then the power is more. So a lens, convex lens of smaller focal length and smaller cross section, it is used as an object lens. It is called as object lens because it is close to the object, towards object. So we focus the object in such a way that it is just beyond focus and we get a real and inverted image of that object. As this image is real image, it can be taken as any object for the second lens. So it works as an object for this second lens. It is nothing but eyepiece. So it is eyepiece. Eyepiece or eye lens. So this eye lens, it has larger cross section and also it has larger focal length in comparison with object lens. So this lens, for this lens, this image which is formed by this first object lens, it is taken as object for this second lens, and it is adjusted in such a way that this object a dash b dash, now I am calling it as object, so this object, it is within the focus of this eyepiece, and whenever it is within the focus, we know that a very large virtual and erect image is formed. The image is erect, but here the object is upside down here, therefore we get image as it is upside down, as the object is. But very enlarged and very big image we get by just focusing this object eye lens, and we get a very large image a double dash b double dash here. One thing keep in mind, that actual object and very enlarged image that we can see through this eyepiece, they are inverted, that means upside down. That means whatever image we are looking here, we are seeing here, it is upside down. But it doesn't matter, because very minute objects like cell or bacteria that we are seeing through this compound microscope. So this is how compound microscope it works, and this compound microscope, it is used to see very minute objects, and both these lenses, object lens and eye lens, they are fitted in a metal tube, such that the distance between these two can be changed, and both these lenses, they have same principal axis, and by using it we can get a very enlarged, very large, very big image. So this is second use of convex lens. The third and very important use of convex lens, it is nothing but telescope. Firstly, I want to tell you a basic difference between these two, compound microscope and telescope. Compound microscope, it is used to see very minute objects which we cannot see through our eye, naked eye, and telescope, it is used to see very large objects, but as they are very far from us, we cannot see them. So the third use of lens, convex lens, it is nothing but telescope. Telescopes which are used to see the astronomical objects, they are called as astronomical telescopes. Astronomical objects means like stars or planets or any satellite. So these telescopes are called as astronomical telescopes. Actually, there are two types of telescopes. First is refracting telescope, in which lenses are used, that we can see here, the ray diagram for that is. And the second type of telescope, it is nothing but reflecting telescope, in which lenses, definitely lens is used, but along with that lens, mirror is also used, concave mirror is also used. So we will discuss about reflecting telescope on some another day. Today we will discuss about refracting telescope. So as you can see, let us see basic things about refracting telescope. In refracting telescope, two lenses are used. One is object lens, second is eye lens. Here the object lens, it has larger diameter, or you can say larger cross section, and also it has larger focal length. And eye lens, it has smaller cross section and smaller focal length, unlike that we see in microscope. Exactly opposite to that. Here the larger diameter or larger cross section is required to collect the light rays which are coming from infinite distance. I am saying infinite distance because the distant objects, the light rays which are coming from that distant object, to collect all these light rays, the eyepiece, the objective lens, it must have large cross section. Okay, the second most important thing is the light rays which are coming from infinite distance, they are normally parallel to each other, and therefore the image of such object, it is formed at focus. That we learn. So here the light rays which are coming from distant object, they get collected and the image is formed, not exactly, but it is very close to the focus. That means here must be the focal length. This must be the focal length of object lens. So we can say FO here. And this must be the focal length of eyepiece, that is nothing but FE. Why? Because we place this eyepiece in such a way that this image which is formed at focus by this object lens, this image, it could be taken as object for this eyepiece. So we focus or we place this eyepiece in such a way that its focus must be on this object, so that we can get the image. We know if the object is placed at focus, where the image we get the image at infinite distance. So if you can see these light rays which are where the image is formed, so these are nearly parallel to each other, therefore the image is formed at infinite distance, and it's very big image, very large image, it's virtual, and it is erect. In that case, erect means the object is inverted, the image we are getting inverted here, but the actual object, it is upright. So by telescope also we are getting the image which is upside down, but a very enlarged image we get by using this eyepiece or eye lens. By keeping this object length constant or same, and by changing this eyepiece, we can get different magnifications. So this telescope, it is used to see the distant objects, very far objects, clearly. So this is also an application or use of convex lens. So then the next use of convex lens, it is nothing but optical instruments like camera, spectroscope, spectrograph or projector. In all these optical instruments, convex lens is used. And the fourth and very important use that we know already, that we learned already about that means to cure hypermetropia or to cure presbyopia, we use the spectacles which has convex lens. So these are nothing but different uses of convex lens. So we will stop here for this video, for this session. Thank you very much.